Welcome to my show. My name is Marcel Johnson, and this is a freedom experience.
She came on like the freedom experience. What's up, y'all? So thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I always appreciate it. My name is Marcel Johnson. I am the host of my show, The Freedom Experience. This is season 3. I still can't believe that I'm in my 3rd season. God is doing so many incredible things. But today, man, first, I ask y'all to like this video. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Come along for the journey because y'all family. But I got somebody on the show today who is really just like, you know what I'm saying, so special to me. I can't wait to honor her. You know what I'm saying? She's doing so many incredible things, and I'm excited that y'all get to know her. So, we got Tasha Mosley. You feel me? So, mother, you know what I'm saying? Business owner, founder of Keys to Motivation Agency, and child of God. You know what I'm saying? It don't get no better than that. Like, she's just black excellence, and she's doing it in such an incredible way that me and my team was like, you know what, we need to have her on the show because she does so much. She's such a representation for the kingdom and then just for the black community. But what's going on, Tosh?
Hey, how you been?
How you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah?
I feel great.
She was a little bit nervous, y'all. She was a little nervous to be on the show, but
Definitely camera shy.
yeah, she camera shy, but I told her, like, we're going to have fun. This is regular. So what y'all don't know is that I know Tasha. So we grew up kind of the same neighborhood. I was a kid, and Tasha always was, like, very motivated, right? So I'm from Homewood, which is, like, if you're not from Pittsburgh, Homewood is kind of like a poverty, kind of like crime, violence. That's a neighborhood, and Tasha will always drop me off from school. She had a car back in the day, and she was just, you know what I'm saying, Tasha, look. But it's like, one thing I admired about her is that through all the different trials and tribulations, she was able to stay focused. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into that. But, man, I wanted to ask you, how are you?
I'm doing well. I feel good.
Yeah.
You know, I wake up feeling refreshed every day and just working and doing the best that I can be.
Yeah. So you know people's going to, like, see this show. Like, people that didn't see us in a while, they're going to see this show. They're going to be like, oh, look at Tasha, look at Shell. That's crazy. So
I know, right? It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. So we're just going to catch up with you. So how has motherhood been? Because she's a mother of 2, 3?
Yeah, I'm a mother of 2.
2. So
Don't let us third.
Yeah, what you say? Don't say nothing about the 3rd, like, not yet. But, so one thing about it was that you were a teenage mother. And I remember back in the day, when you got pregnant and stuff like that, like, your mind shifted. Something in you shifted where you knew you had to be more responsible. And even though we all go through ups and downs and stuff, and you were still being a teenager, you still had, like, a shift in your mind. What was that shift?
Well, the shift was, you know, I have a human being that I have to take care of now, you know, so I had to make sure that I was able to provide. Obviously, I grew up in a good home. You know, my mom was a registered nurse, single mom, you know, watched her struggle with me. So I quite understood what position I was playing at the time.
Wow. I love that because a lot of times teenagers, I know, like, I go into schools and I speak to teenagers, and sometimes the teenage girls be, like, open to getting pregnant. Like, I want a son. They be thinking it's cute. I want a son with pretty hair, and I want, like, they're into that phase, but they don't know the responsibilities. What is something you would say to them teenage moms or teenagers who want to be moms as far as just, like, telling them, warning them of the responsibility that it takes to raise a kid?
Well, I would say if you can hold off, just wait until everything that you have is in order, your finances, you know, make sure you have a house, a car, just like the basic stuff, you know. And obviously, if you do have a child at a young age, you have to grow up. You know, it's time to be responsible. And how do you want to live your life? What type of life do you want to have for your kids? You know, so that was a big major thing for me. You know, I didn't want to live in the projects and stuff like that, and I didn't want my kids growing up and I wasn't raised like that, so.
Yeah, and that's crazy because you literally was raised with like a good mom. So shout out to Sean. We love her. You know what I'm saying? Sean, yeah, we love her. We love her here. Shout out to her. And she was so ambitious. As like a black woman, she was from the hood too, but she strived and she became an RN and she bought property and she just showed you another way of living. And I really always respected her for that. And I feel like, is that where you would think your drive came from? Like, would you say your drive came from your mom?
Yeah, well, she was tough on me too.
Yeah.
Even though I was the only child, there was definitely a cutoff point, But she definitely played a big major role of where I am today.
Right. But I know you and your mom, like, just keep it 100. Y'all will bump heads. Y'all will be arguing. Tasha would be talking. I'll be like, man, stop talking to your mom like that. But Sean cuss you right back out. What was that like as far as being like, because you had a young mom too, but
because we're just alike. We like just the same
like sisters.
Stuff. Like, yeah, exactly. We look just alike. A lot of people think that we're sisters and not mother and daughter, but we're like, she wants what she wants. She wants to be a princess, and so do I.
But no, that was perfect. Like so. It's cool. So Tasha's phone was just ringing, so we had to cut some stuff out. But now we back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I was saying, like, how do you feel like you and your mom navigated that relationship? Like, if there's somebody who has a daughter who's like, my daughter's always butting heads with me or whatever, what is some advice you would give to the daughter and to the mom?
I mean, there are respect levels that each other has to have between each other. Yeah, I may be your daughter, but I'm growing up. Like I'm an adult. I'm not a baby anymore. So it's like, just treat me on the same level as how you would want to be treated.
Then what about the moms talking to the daughter?
Respect me.
Just flat out, respect me. Okay.
Do what I say.
So, like, I knew growing up with you, your dad really was absent. So growing up just with a single mom, do you feel like there's some things that you missed out on by not having your dad around? But I know you used to talk to your dad.
Yeah, my dad was like, he was there, but like, I don't know. He was there when he wanted to be, and as I gotten older, our relationship has definitely gotten stronger, so I do appreciate that now. But, he started coming around when I had Kaden. Like, because they live down the street from us.
That's her first son, too.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Shout out to
16 years
Kaden.
old.
What's up, bro?
So, yeah.
So, like, but your dad lived out of town. Didn't he live, like, North Carolina, Maryland or something?
He moved, and I was quite upset, being a spoiled brat, as always.
Yeah.
Because, like, how are you going to leave your only daughter with her first child? So, but...
Yeah, but you got through it. But is there some things that you feel like you missed out on by him not being there, though? Like as a teenager?
Yeah, I wish he was able to talk to me about men.
Yeah. Yep. And that kind of determines the type of men that you even go after, because you're seeking for that affirmation from a man because he's not really there. And then when you get older, you're able to really see that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So how is raising your sons? Is there fathers in their life?
Well, one is currently incarcerated, and the other one, he's just, I don't know where he's at. I mean, he communicates with his son, and I let him know, a few things here and there, but like, he is a phone call away. He is there when I do need him, but as far as when it comes down to financially wise, like, it's all my pockets.
Yeah, so that's heavy. There's a lot of women who are solely providing for their kids, and a lot of them have anger about it. But you don't really possess that anger. You walk around still like Tasha's still a light. She's still just like fun, uplifting. But I know there's heavy days.
Well, yeah. Well, I used to be upset because, why do I have to be the only one who has to take care of my child? But since I've gotten older, I haven't cared anymore. Like, I feel like whatever comes out of me, I'm responsible for. Wow. And that's what I just base my life off of, like, yeah, I might have had these kids with him, but at the end of the day, like, the rights is all me.
Wow. No, and it shows because you take care of your kids and you really don't complain about it. Like, you really take care of them and you make it like there's nothing missing. Like, you provide for them. Like, if their dad is there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. Do you feel like because of the fact your dad wasn't there, that kind of trained you in that way to think like that?
No, I think just as a mom and a woman, I think it's instilled in me. I'm just built like that.
Wow.
So
Wow, that was hard. She just built like that. But some females aren't like that though. So that when she said it, that's just a grace from God that He gives you to still be able to take care of your kids in that way. That's so good. So I wanted to ask you about co-parenting as a teenager versus an adult. What are some differences you were able to see? Because I know as a teenager, Tasha be cutting up. When it comes to, she'll be pulling up on her babies. Like, it was like yeah, like, we gonna go see, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
bro.
he's definitely
But,
been there.
yeah,
A few
facts. Like, we
times.
pulling up, bro. But now it's like you're more reserved. So I see that co-parenting change for you over the years. What are some things that you think changed?
The respect level. You know, I handle everything, so when I reach out,
Yep.
you should be wanting to, since
Yeah.
I don't.
Hound you about
Exactly.
it. Yeah. Okay. And then I think a part of that is just surrenderance. Like,
Yeah.
you gave up what you can't control. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool.
So I just like, you know, sometimes I'm just like, you know, I'm gonna foot the bill for it. Like, I already been footing bill for all this time.
Yep.
Why even like waste my breath to even ask?
Wow.
You know.
But that's why I feel like that's part of the reason why God blesses you financially. He always makes sure that you're okay and that you're taken care of because He knows that you have other people to provide for. And I want to talk about us being in school. So, like, back in the day, Tasha, like, I wasn't even I think I was in high school, but you might have been going to college or something, but you was determined to go to college. So she was like, I don't care about nothing else. Everybody was just, you know what I'm saying, smoking, drinking, not really having no goals. But you had this goal and you was like, I'm going to school to be an RN. And that changed where now you have your own business, your own agency and stuff. But what do you think was that determination that pushed you, that kept you focused?
Well, having kids for sure,
Okay.
and wanting to get out of the poverty, I guess if you wanted to call it. People say the Penn Hills projects wasn't really projects, but to me that was the projects.
So for y'all that don't know, Penn Hills is slightly like a suburban little like ratchet neighborhood in Pittsburgh. So it's like cool, but then it's like black people just is ratchet. But yeah, so you wanted to move out of that.
Yeah, I wanted to move out of that. I wanted better for myself, you know. My mom was like pretty much like my idol for real.
Yeah, cause she was hard. Sean's hard.
She's tough.
Yeah, she's tough, and she be working it. But we love her because she gets it done though. That's why she's everything. But would encourage me. I just wanted to take time too to honor you because one of the things in high school, whenever I was in school trying to figure out what I would do in my life, talking to you always motivated me. It always made me feel like you are right. Like I do need to, you know what I'm saying, get out of Homewood. I do need to really go to school or do something. And it's like when you're in those predicaments, y'all, sometimes there's a block on your mind where you just don't think that it's possible. But through you saying that, and other people too, but Tasha played a major role in just encouraging me to do more. And like I would be smoking, I'll be chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like we would just be chilling, but it was still like those seeds that was being dropped. So even if you're like smoking, if you're at the crib and you're going through stuff and you're still working towards freedom, it's still important to get around people who have goals aspirations.
Motivation,
you know what I'm saying? Even if they're not like we're not get around people who can still pour into you. And you did that.
Well, and to be honest, like I wasn't looking at nobody else's situation. Like if you wanted to go ahead and do that, then that's fine. Like if you want to, but this is not where I'm trying to be at.
Come on.
So eventually either we're going to separate or we're going to grow together. But, you know, there's been a lot of people who
I love that. Because that's,
I don't talk to no more.
Yeah, you had. I was going to talk about that too, but I want to get into you being spoiled. So Tasha was like slightly spoiled, but then she still has ties to the hood. So like she still was able to be in the hood, but then she was able to flip it and be like, you know what I'm saying, in the suburbs and play that suburb role. But you always made your way still in the hood. But I wanted to ask you, how come like it was hard being like, why didn't you just full throttle go with the suburban life instead of being like in the mix? Because a lot of times we would be like, why is Tasha in the mix? Like, bro, just you're not even like that. But why do you feel like you was involved in that type of stuff when you were younger?
That's what I liked at the time. I liked the big, bad, rough tattoos. Somebody who sold drugs, which was terrible, but that's what I liked. I liked the fast life at the time.
Wow.
But, you know, like dealing with the fast life, it brung a lot of trauma, damage. Yeah. And it's just not like a really good thing to go through. So just avoid that. Avoid those type of men.
Just avoid it. Wow, like
Avoid them.
that's crazy because it's like living in that space, I would never even think about it in that way. But it's like you were just in that mindset.
Yeah,
That's what was like
I
was
liked
popular.
it. Like, I don't know, it just was just turning me on, but it wasn't a good thing because it was bringing me down badly.
So what was the switch?
When people switch up on you, when it was, you know, when 1 minute act like I'm here, next minute they're gone. So it's like, I felt like I really couldn't trust people for real. So it was like I just had myself, my kids, my family, you know.
That's crazy because I feel like whenever you go through things like that, it does bring trauma. And the trauma can either make you a hard-hearted person, or it can help you be like, you know what, let me stop messing with these people and being in our life and switch my lifestyle. Were you praying in that whole process? You was praying the whole time. Yeah. I remember the day whenever me and Tasha prayed, she accepted Jesus and stuff like that. And I know you always just was a child of God and stuff, but you was like, let me just pray and accept Jesus and just surrender this life over that I can't handle. And I feel like so many things about you changed since then. But I wanted to speak a little bit about your relationships. So like growing up and dealing with the different type of guys you said you messed with, whether they was like selling the drugs or not or whatever. What is one thing you learned from like a toxic relationships? Because you weren't like in a ton of relationships. You didn't have like a ton of boyfriends. But whoever you committed to would just be like somebody would be like, why is she talking to him? You know what I'm saying? But
it was like, it's like the bad guys always want the good girls.
that's what it is. That's facts. That's what it is.
And then it's like they turn the good girls into bad guys.
Come on.
And that's just not how you trying to be honest.
Come
you know?
on.
You just want to be cool, calm,
Regular.
collective, you know, like you don't want to have all that extra stuff around you, like all that drama. It's just too much. You know?
Yeah. So what is one thing you learned though from like them toxic relationships?
To never deal with it again, because you will not have no money. You will not have no hair, no car, no house.
Hey, she said you won't have no hair.
Nothing. No money. That's the major thing. No money.
You said you won't have no hair. Like the relationship snatch your edges. Like, you feel me?
Little matte edges.
You said I'm still cool. I'm still good. Hey, yo,
had to grow this back. You hear me?
Man, okay, what about friendships? Because you, like, growing up, you were more friends. Like, you were like a tomboy in a slight way. But, like...
I was a tomboy?
Like,
was I?
slight. It seemed like when it came to females, you got along more with the guys, even in, like, a bro type of way, than females. You had female friends, but, like, a few. You weren't just friends with a bunch of different females. Do you think you did that intentionally?
No. I had a few friends in Penn Hills, but majority of my friends was like outside of Penn Hills. Like,
do you still have a lot of the same friends, or you had to part ways with some of them?
I still have a lot of the same friends. A few of them we did part ways.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not no hate or it's all love.
Oh yeah.
When we do see each other, it's like but
it's just you grow apart. So I know when you were younger, you probably were attracted to different type of friendships. Like when you're younger, you just want to turn up, go out, have fun. But then when you're older, it's like, what is business are you doing? Like, what is the important things you're doing? Mm-hmm. Would you say that determined your friendships? Or like, I'm trying to get to like, yeah.
As I'm older now,
right?
So like, what determines my friendships now is that you gotta be on your A game. I can't be around people who is going to bring you down or what's the term? Don't have nothing to lose. I can't be around them type of people because I have a lot to lose. I have a couple degrees, working on another degree as we speak, while working in a business and on the business at the same time, taking care of 2 kids.
Come on.
So,
and that's what I say, man. You got to realize, you got to look up and be like, what am I trying to do with my life? And then who around me is helping me achieve that goal? And if there's people pulling you down, you got to really part ways out of love for yourself. You got to like love yourself enough to surround yourself around people who will help you You know what I mean? And not people who's tearing you down. But I want to play a game. You ready? It's a game. You ready? Okay. So,
in the name of Jesus.
strong word, man. Like, you're wild. Okay. So look, this game is easy. It's like, it's called word recognition. So it's just like whenever you hear this word, who, what, or how do you feel? You know what I mean? Who comes to mind? What do you think of? How does it make you feel? You ready?
Okay.
Forgiveness.
My son's dad.
Why do you say that?
Because if it wasn't for you, my brother. I don't think that, like, he taught me a lot when it comes down to guys and, like, how they think and how they are and what they want and stuff. So it kind of, like, points me into a direction on, like, who I would go for and who I wouldn't go for.
Yeah.
So, like, he taught me a lot of lessons.
But you had to forgive him.
Yeah, I did.
Was that hard?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be cold-hearted, but no. You know, I forgave him.
Yeah.
I still love him, but
Yeah.
don't try me ever again.
Don't try me. Listen, but for real though, like, it's a wrap. I love that you said that because a lot of people need to forgive their baby's dads. They need to forgive their ex-husbands or their boy, whoever it was that hurt them. It's important that you forgive so that you can grow.
Yeah, like, you can't hold on to all of that because if you have, like, a whole bunch of, like, hate and stress, like, you can feel it on your shoulders, on your back. Like, you can actually really feel it on your body. And it just does not feel good. It doesn't make you look good. It makes you look old and raggedy, and it just, let it go is the best thing to do.
Let it go. Just let that go. let go and let God.
Yes.
Let it go. Okay, what about wealth?
That's hard. Because everybody wants wealth. You know?
What do you think about whenever you hear wealth?
Creating multiple streams of revenue.
Come on.
Just because I went from being a surgical technologist to now entrepreneur. Okay, at the time when I was a surgical technologist, my mom had opened up a home care agency. So that was like my second job.
Yep.
You know, so it was like, even though you have a job in this day and age, you need like 2 jobs. Okay, it's the same thing when you're an entrepreneur because, just because, you're making all this money, a lot goes out too as well. And you want to just create multiple streams of income and then also set your kids up. You want to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
Then you want to make sure that you're okay for them as well too. Like, make sure that the plans are put in place.
Listen, I be telling people that too, man. Get some insurance policies, get some IRAs, like look into some stuff and then, you know what I'm saying, get your finances together. I love that for wealth, for family. So when you think of wealth, you really think of family. You think of like building a family and building legacy so that family can be taken care of and then creating multiple streams of income. Okay, what about Jesus?
Jesus. If it wasn't for him, I ignored him.
Wow.
I ignored him, and then during that time I was ignoring him, he was putting me through all of that trials and tribulations. And then when I start listening to him, then that's when he started opening up doors for me. And that means that I had to say no to a lot of people. No. And then I think like when I was a little younger, I might have been, thinking that being around certain people that they might have their best interest in me. Plotting, having plans, and you have your mind somewhere else.
Yep.
And then, and I think that comes from also me not having male figures in my life.
Yep.
Growing up. Being pretty, that's a problem too sometimes because it's like, you're pretty and it's like, oh, well, let's have sex and it's talk about sex. And it's just like, man, be my friend first. Yep. Let's talk about where you trying to be at in 5 years and what makes you the person who you are today, not
come on.
What's in my pants?
Listen,
that's not going to do nothing for me, bro.
Come on. That's maturity. That's called growth. Man, listen, You said Jesus, if it wasn't for him. I love, man. And then God opens up your perspective and has you make different decisions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get a little bit into your goals and aspirations, because can you tell the people what is your agency and stuff like what's the name of it?
Okay, I have a home care agency named Keys to Motivation. I specialize in individuals with intellectual disability, like autism, people who have different disabilities like Asperger's. It ranges from a different
Wow.
spectrum, depending on what spectrum that they're on. I also deal with like respite, companion care, in-home community, habilitation. I'm currently working on certification right now for community participation supports.
Come on.
I'm a program specialist. I'm a certified investigator as well, where I can investigate agencies who has filed a complaint, or if the cops were called and one of the patients hit an employee, which can happen because
Yeah.
depending on what type of people that you get.
What motivated you to want to like start your own business and get into that field, that agency?
Well, I had a friend from high school, and he was like the only guy that did not try me or anything. He was a really good, true friend.
Yeah.
And he hit me up this one day out of nowhere. And he was like, yo, Tosh, da-da-da-da, like I'm in Penn Hills. Let me come through. I haven't seen you in a while. I just
Yeah.
want to see how you been. And it's always been a good time, like
Right.
with him, you know. That was my bro back in the day, swear, and still to this day, shout out to him. But like he came over, we sat, we talked, and
Yeah.
was like, what are you doing with your life and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, now I run a business with intellectual disabilities. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he just gave me, he didn't even tell me how to go through it or whatever. He just was pretty much like,
He dropped the idea in your head,
yeah,
and you were able to take it and take the ball and run with it.
pretty much.
I love that, man. Okay, so if somebody wanted to like, because I know you're going to open up nursing homes and everything. Like,
Well,
you're
group
getting,
homes. I'm only doing group homes because I'm only special needs only.
Okay.
But I rather have a group home because I feel like I can be in more control of my clients.
For sure.
Versus having my clients here, there, and everywhere. Even though that's okay, but I feel like that I can be able to pay more attention,
Yep.
have more resources
Stability.
with my clients versus what this employee doing, with that employee doing, with this one.
Yeah.
So
I always like them
That's my
homes
goal.
too, because a lot of times people at home can't really take care of their relatives, and they're like, I try to, and I appreciate whenever somebody like Tasha or somebody from our agency comes and helps, but when you leave, they're still going through it. So it's like if they can just put them in a group home and like let you take care of them full time, and then they visit them, sometimes that works better.
yeah, the parents, I feel bad for the parents too. They definitely need a break.
Yeah.
Like their lives are dedicated around the individuals.
Yep.
They don't even have a life half the time.
Wow.
Can't go places. Like I have my one client, the aunt.
Wow.
She barely goes anywhere.
How many employees do you have working under you?
Currently right now 5. That was my goal by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Was to have 5 clients and 5 employees.
Where do you think your because she's such a compassionate person and she really cares about her clients. Like, no matter what she's doing, like right now, if one of them calls, she's like, all right, cut, I got to dip. Because you're so compassionate towards people. Where does that come from?
You have to have the patience. You have to have the patience. And, I have a son, Cameron. He has ADHD.
Okay.
He's ADD.
Yep. You can't really tell, though.
You can't tell by looking at him, but being around him.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to his educational work and stuff like that, the boy's brain is very busy, you know. So I grew to have patience with him, and I would like to help people like him, you know. So
I love that. So, and it's always better whenever it's personal. Whenever it's like your motivation, your passion comes from a personal trauma. That's how you know where it's God and He's calling you to something when it moves you personally. And then you took that and really created an atmosphere that really took the weight off of other family members and stuff. Man, this is what I'm saying. God can really use your ideas and what He's putting in your spirit to really help you, to help other people. It's really about creating something that helps other people. And you're doing that. I'm so proud of you. Okay, do
Thank
you want to travel? Because when I think, I'm like, do you ever go out of town? I remember you went out of town sometimes, but...
Yeah, so last year I was out of town maybe like almost every month except for like maybe January, December,
Because you supposed to
and
be out of town.
in like April.
Wow.
But I'm leaving in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, do you
for my
like tropical
birthday.
or do you like city?
Well, I just got my passport, so
Oh, yeah, let's go.
I think I'm done with American soil for a minute.
Ooh,
I think
let's
I'm gonna
go.
go that way.
Hey, yo. I love it, though, man, because I got my passport, too, so we got to get it stamped off.
Right.
This is when it's time for it. Okay, thank you, God, for that. All right, so let's play something that's called Rapid Fire. You ready?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to ask you questions, but it's like quick responses.
Okay, I'll
You
try
ready?
my best.
Okay, let's go. So, favorite food?
Pasta.
Pasta. What kind of pasta?
Oh, Creole pasta.
From where?
Bunfish grill.
Ooh,
Fire.
Fire. You probably be crushing.
With the grilled wood fire grilled salmon, gotta get it.
Fire.
Fire.
Okay, you get extra sauce?
No.
I'm an extra sauce type of guy. Okay, so let me ask, okay, bucket list. One thing off your bucket list.
I want to jump off of an airplane.
For real?
With on top of the trainer.
Okay, like go and jump off an airplane, but with like a specialist or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so would you do that in like here, Pennsylvania?
No,
or
I would do it out the country.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. Biggest regret.
Biggest regret is not paying full attention to the BS.
I love it. Like,
Not being aware, but the light bulb has clicked on.
hey, yo. Fact, we should say that's all that matters is, you know what I mean? The light bulb is on. Like, pull the string. I hear you guys. All right, so favorite artist?
I love Aaliyah.
For real?
That was my favorite artist.
What's your favorite song? Like, if you're feeling some type of way and you need to, like, switch your mood up and be uplifted or anything, what song you put on and you just vibe out to it?
See, well, I'm more of a rap type of...
Okay, yeah, okay. All right.
So, it might not be appropriate.
What would it be? Like, something that really gets you motivated. What is it? Your favorite song?
So far right now, Tomorrow too. Shout out to Glow, Cardi B.
Okay, so that's what motivates you right now. All right, that's your favorite song right now. Okay, so your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
And like types of movies, like the genre.
I like horror movies.
For real? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Why?
I don't know.
You like the adventure of it. Like
yeah, the
scare,
thrill.
Thrill.
I'm
of
always
it,
down for a thrill. Like my mom says, I'm an adventurous type of person. So I don't know.
And you get the thrill. I be feeling like horror movies is too much demons. I be like, don't thrill me and scare me. Stay over there. You know what I'm saying? I'll get thrilled, so I'll jump out of a plane. But all right. So the next thing is the last time you cried.
Oh, that's on a normal basis. I think that might have been yesterday. When I was doing my statistics.
Yep.
Yes, I was crying.
Yep. Just from work?
Just because I'm dealing with a lot. Like, I feel like
Yep.
I'm super mom,
Yep.
I work in the business. I work on the business. And I have kids. And then I got to cook. I got to clean. Get the kids ready.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. And
You know what I mean?
so... Little do Kay to know, you're currently my chauffeur and my errand runner.
Yeah, that's our oldest son. How old is he now?
16.
16, so he can drive.
Yeah, he can.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. He's really 16.
Yeah,
So what would you say to single moms to just encourage them to like stay motivated and stay in? Because you could want to give up. There's sometimes you might just want to leave everybody and run away.
Oh, there's plenty of times that I failed and failed and failed and failed, and I just kept going. There might be something that you might want. Hey, maybe that's not what God has in plan for you. Maybe he might want something bigger for you. Like, I wanted to be a nurse. Mm-hmm. I could not pass that test to save my life. Wow. Well, no, let me rewind. So it was like a 3% that I couldn't pass.
Yeah.
But then I didn't have enough funding for school. My GPA wasn't up. So I had to go a different avenue.
Yep.
And then from that avenue, that's when, you know, I was looking at my mom, looking how she was as far as like her agency, and then also, you know, listening to my friend telling him, you know, him telling me like, you know, try to get into this. I think it's well rewarding, you know, for you and your kids and your family and stuff. So.
And then like what was meant for you just came to you. It's almost like
But
when
the crazy thing about it, Marcel, is I've been had like this idea about respite, and I told my son's father about this. Like I wanted to have respite in the home, and this was even before I even knew about what I was doing.
Wow.
And it was
So
just
you've
like,
been at the vision, but you sat on it. So how many people have the vision, but you're sitting on it? And God is saying, like, put some action behind it.
yeah,
And create
you have to. I mean, you have to work and work and work. There's no cutoff time.
So hold on, what would you say to single moms though who feel like they want to give up?
Keep going. Don't stop. You might not see the light at the end of the tunnel, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It might take years. It might take a little longer than what you expected to be. But just don't stop. Just keep going.
I love that. Okay, a car or a truck?
Truck.
Why?
Because I want to sit
Sit
high.
Hey, yo, this one, man, she be cutting up Tasha's hilarious, man. Y'all don't know. All right.
That was my next investment. I was like, I think I want a truck this
truck.
time.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a truck too. Okay, Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
How come?
Because I need my Sunday to sleep.
Sunday's the sleep and rest day. Saturday's the day to actually have fun. Okay, so we're about to close the show out, but I wanted to ask you, what is like your legacy? Like I know that everything you're doing, you're building legacy. Where do you see yourself in, like, you know, we could say 10 years, 15 years. What is something that you want to be your legacy?
I would hopefully try to expand in different states eventually, so I can create, you know, generational wealth for my kids. Even though that I'm putting in the hard work for it, I'm also making them work for it too as well. I don't want them to think that it's just something that I'm just going to hand to you. You're going to have to go to school to do something, educate yourself on something. It's just not something I'm just going to, here you go.
Matt, and you know what's crazy? So many parents mess up by just handing it to their kids, and you're like, no, you're going to work with me to accomplish this. That's so smart, because then they can appreciate it and they won't just fumble the ball. That's so on point. Okay, so I always like to close the show out with words of wisdom. So what is something that's like your words of wisdom that you tell yourself or that you would tell other people?
Cut off all distractions, even if it's family members, friends. If they don't understand what your drive is and what you're trying to do to accomplish what you're trying to do, then cut them off. Wow. They will understand at the time that you're done that, hey, this is what I needed to do to get myself together. Be selfish. Sometimes you have to be selfish to get yourself together. And that means even kids too, putting them on the back burner. Because if you don't take care of you or be selfish for yourself, then how are you going to be able to take care of your family or anybody else?
Sheesh. And I know before we was off camera, you was like, love yourself. You're in that. And I said, you know what? I'm in that season too. I'm so giving. But it's like you have to love yourself. First. And you have to love yourself first. And what you said was so profound. So many people think, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to give this, give that. And they put themselves last, and then they want to give up. But you said you got to rewind it, and you got to put yourself first. Family members, kids. Wow, man.
Any and everybody. You don't mean no harm, but you got to do what you have to do at the end of the day, because we only get one life, one chance. I mean, multiple chances, depending on what route you're trying to take. But, you know, definitely worry about yourself. You know, came in one way, coming out the other way.
One way.
So.
You came in here by yourself, you leaving by yourself. Man, listen, I feel like that was needed. So many people need to hear, love yourself first. Don't wait for a man, a woman. Your mom might not did it, dad. But you have to love yourself first. And then you kind of like nurture yourself back to life. You know what I'm saying? You do this through God. You ask God to help you to love yourself first. And then as you grow and cultivate, you become a better person for other people. That's what this is about. And I want to just say thank you because I know Tosh was nervous to get on the show.
Yeah, 'cause
but y'all know she did great.
and
And she gonna say, "Don't expose me." I was like, "I'm Wendy Williams." I told her I'm Wendy Williams to you.
and he would have got.
She said she's gonna chit check me. I was like, "I'm gonna do you like Wendy Williams and stuff." She's like, "Don't do it." But no, I wanted to bring you on because I feel like you have so many like gems in your story, and your work ethic is incredible. And I feel like everybody looks down. A lot of people look down on Black women because Black women are still making their mark in the world. And I feel like you're a great representation to that. And you're somebody who kids, teenagers, even grown people can look up to. Mm-hmm. And you do it with so much class, so much elegance, so much grace. And I could just really see God's hand all over your life. And I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Marcel. I appreciate that.
For sure.
I'm proud of me, too.
Hey.
I came a long way.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. What do you think about the show, though? Now that you're here, you get to see it on this side.
I like the freedom experience.
Yeah.
You know, feel comfortable, warm, welcoming.
Yep. See?
Thank you for having me.
For sure. And I told y'all, man, you got to come on the show. If you want to be a guest, make sure you hit me or my team up, and we'll see about having you on. But y'all know my words of wisdom is always the same because I really want to embed it in your mind so that you can actually do it. And this is what I say all the time. It's time, fam. Freedom. It's time.
Trust God.
Thank God.
I'm sorry.
She almost had it. Listen.
Well, I didn't forget that.
Hold
you know?
on. It's time, fam. Freedom. It's time.
Thank God.
Let's go. Listen, we love y'all, man. We ask that y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all follow and share this video with somebody who you know it'll inspire. So we love y'all. God bless y'all. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.